Today we come together to honor and thank the brave men and women who have served in the United States Armed Forces. Veterans Day is a time to recognize those who have protected our freedoms, stood up for our country, and made sacrifices so that we can live in peace. Each year on November 11th, our nation pauses to show appreciation for our veterans past and present, whether they served during times of war or peace, at home or overseas. Each veteran has played an important part in keeping our country safe. As we celebrate Veterans Day, let's take a moment to reflect on their courage, dedication, and service. And let's also remember to thank the veterans and our families, schools, and communities for everything they have done. Please join us in the showing our respect and gratitude to all who have served. At this time, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome to our ceremony. If you would, please stand with the year that your branch of the military is being honored through the service song. So we'll call those out as we go. Feel free to stand and play each song for you.
Oh, that was the first one in? Yeah, Tyler confused them around.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the felted plain. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Oh, beautiful for pageantry that sees beyond the years. Thine alabaster cities gleam, undimmed by humanity. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining. Sing it out, it's America. America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
On Veterans Day, we honor all who answer to the service. Veterans Day by Cheryl West. On Veterans Day, we honor all who answer to a service call. Soldiers young and soldiers old offer freedom, brave and bold. Some have lived while others died, and all of them deserve our pride.
We're proud of all the soldiers who kept thinking of red, white, and blue. They fought for us and all our rights. They fought through many days and nights. And though we may not know each name, we thank all veterans.
The Missing Man Table, or also known as America's White Table, represents the emotions and feelings reserved for those who did not come home. The ceremony symbolizes that they are with us here in spirit. All Americans should never forget the brave men and women who answered our nation's call to serve and fought for our freedom with honor. The symbolism of the Missing Man Table. The table is round. to show our everlasting concern for our missing men. The cloth is white, symbolizing the purity of their motives when answering the call to serve. The single red rose displayed in a vase reminds us of the lives of these Americans and their loved ones and friends who keep the faith while seeking answers. The red ribbon symbolizes our continued determination to account for our missing. A slice of lemon reminds us of their bitter fate, captured and missing in a foreign land. A pinch of salt symbolizes the tears of our missing and their families who long for answers after decades of uncertainty. The lighted candle reflects our hope for their return, alive or dead. The Bible represents the strength gained through faith to sustain us and those lost from our country, founded as one nation under God. The glass is placed and it is inverted, symbolizing their inability to share a toast. The chair is empty, the seat that remains unclaimed at the table. Thank you.
I'm honored to be here with you to celebrate those who wore the uniform in service to this country, and to all the men, women, and children who call her home. Look around, these are the heroes we honor today. I also want to thank the families of those who serve. Their sacrifices are too often overlooked, but I assure you they're just as worthy of our appreciation. To be clear, none of those men and women ask for our applause. Regardless of how or why they got into the military, they serve something larger than themselves. Certainly larger than any recognition. On Veterans Day, we don't just recognize what our men and women did while in uniform. We celebrate and honor their continued service and contributes. So when you say thank you to a veteran, consider adding, thank you for all you've done and all you continue to do. We will forever remember the brave men and women who have served in the armed forces.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I say your name. Do solemnly swear. Support and defend. The Constitution of the United States. Against all enemies. Foreign and domestic. And to bear true faith. And allegiance to the same. That I will obey. The orders of. The President of the United States. And the orders of. Those officers appointed over me according to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God.
hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. The timing of this holiday is quite deliberate in terms of historical fact. But somehow it always seems quite fitting to me that this day comes deep in autumn, when the colors are muted and the days seem to invite contemplation. It is, in a way, an odd thing to honor those who died in defense of our country, in defense of us, in wars far away. The imagination plays a trick. We see these soldiers in our mind as old and wise, but most of them were boys when they died, and they gave up two lives, the one they were living and the one they would have lived. When they died, they gave up their chance to be husbands and fathers and grandfathers. They gave up their chance to be revered old men. They gave up everything for our country, for us. And all we can do is remember. I will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. In memory of those who gave the last full measure of devotion, may our efforts to achieve lasting peace gain strength. Let us make a vow to our dead. Let us show them by our actions that we understand what they died for. Strengthened by their courage, heartened by their value, and born by their memory, let us continue to stand for the ideals for which they lived and died.
In the long history of the world, only a few generations have been granted the role of defending freedom in its hour of maximum danger. I do not shrink from this responsibility. I welcome it. I do not believe that any of us would exchange places with any other people or any other generation. The energy, the faith, the devotion which we bring to this endeavor will find our country and all who serve it. We shall pay any price, bear any burden, meet any hardship, support any friend, oppose any foe to assure the survival and the success of liberty.
If we could have those who have served or have family that have served, please rise so we can honor you. Let's give them a round of applause. That concludes our Veterans Day program for this year. I would like to thank Mr. Schloss and the band for allowing the Norwood Choir to join them. Norwood Choir, I'd like to thank you all. You truly rose to the challenge, and I'm so proud of you all. I'd also like to thank Miss Altum, Miss Morgan, and Mr. Bright for lending their beautiful voices to our program today. I'd like to thank our students for being a great audience, and thank you all for who have come to see us today. We really appreciate your support of our students. Let's see. And I'd like to close by saying, God bless our students, our teachers, our community, our troops, and God bless America. Thank you all for coming. Students remain seated.